What's up YouTube? This is your boy Nick here, and today I'm going to reveal my predictions for the biggest party of the summer known as SummerSlam, which will be live this Sunday on the WWE Network from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And SummerSlam is presented by KFC and CRICKET Wireless. And also, we would like to send out a special thanks to Wale for My Pit, FLO RIDA for Who's With Me, and Fort Minor, one of my all-time favorite groups, for Welcome, which will be the official theme songs for SummerSlam, available now on iTunes and Spotify. If you guys want to check out the songs, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check out the songs. Alright guys, we're gonna kick things off with the first match of SummerSlam, which will be representing SmackDown Live. Now this match was just added last night after a odd victory. It will be Becky Lynch teaming up with Carmella and Naomi. They will be teaming up to take on the team of Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Eva Marie. She will finally be making her in-ring debut. And honestly, knowing Eva Marie, she'll probably come up with some lame excuse. But yeah, this whole thing started pretty much when Eva Marie was about to make her SmackDown debut. In her debut match with Becky Lynch, the first time she attempted to make her debut, she injured her leg. So the match never took place. Then a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown Live, she had a wardrobe malfunction. So then Becky Lynch issued an open challenge to any female superstar in the back, and Alexa Bliss showed up. Of course, Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunction had been fixed, but Alexa Bliss took the victory. And well, last night on SmackDown Live, she was supposed to have went one-on-one with Naomi, in which, if you guys have not seen Naomi's new entrance, you guys can check it out. Check it out on WWE's official YouTube page. Apparently, because that they were deep in the heart of Texas, there was traffic. Apparently, so the match never happened. Honestly, I'm gonna have to put this match in favor of Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella, because just due to experience-wise, Becky Lynch has been part of the WWE main roster for about a year now. Naomi's been a part of the main roster for 2, 3, 4 years. And Carmella has only been in the main roster for a couple weeks. Combined, that's about 5, 6 years right there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put this match in favor of them. Alright guys, we now move on to Raw's very first match for SummerSlam. It is Cesaro going one-on-one with Sheamus in a best of 7 series. Now this whole thing started where Sheamus believes that he's not being used as much as he was back then. Cesaro on the other hand has been used a lot, and apparently, Sheamus believes that he's the alpha male between the two, but yeah, I mean, over the last few weeks, we've seen both Cesaro and Sheamus in series of matches, and it got to the point where this past Monday on Raw, where there was a altercation backstage, and Mick Foley said, "You know what? Enough is enough. if you guys want to settle this, then you're gonna settle this Sunday at SummerSlam in a best of 7 series. Unfortunately, Mick Foley never really told us what the prize was for whoever won the best of 7 series, but here we are. I'm gonna have to go with Sheamus on this one because he's got more experience. He's been around. He's been part of the company since 2009. I believe since the fall of 2009, and yeah, he's won multiple world titles, two United States titles. Well, twice he's been the United States champion, and he's also won Money in the Bank. So I'm putting this match in favor of Sheamus. Alright guys, now we move on to the first of 6 title matches we have on the card. The first one will be for the United States Championship, as Rusev will be defending the United States title against Roman Reigns. Now, as I said in my past prediction videos, Rusev claims that he is the all-time greatest United States champion of all time. Honestly, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. If you really want to see who is the all-time greatest United States champion, that person would, in my book, I would probably have to say that Dean Ambrose was the all-time greatest United States champion, because he held the title for 351 days, almost a year, until he lost it to Sheamus. This whole thing started on the a couple of weeks ago, where Rusev and Lana were about to reenact their vows, which was part of their wedding day. Roman Reigns came out and decided to be Rusev's best man, and it turned into a fight, and Roman Reigns punched Rusev in the face, which Rusev pushed Lana into their wedding cake. So Mick Foley said, you know what? You're gonna put your United States Championship on the line against Roman Reigns. So this past Monday on Raw, there was a match between Roman Reigns and Rusev, but Rusev was defending Lana's honor. Of course, Rusev lost the match, but honestly, I think that Roman Reigns very well be a huge threat to Rusev, only because Roman Reigns has been a part of WWE for it's going on what almost 4 years, coming up this November. So yeah, but I'm gonna have to say Roman Reigns wins the United States title, because as I said before, Rusev believes that he's the greatest United States champion of all time. And again, I don't believe it. But yeah, I'm putting this match in favor of Roman Reigns, because if I was Roman Reigns, I would find the mistake, find the mistake that Rusev made, and then go on the attack. That's what I would do if I was Roman Reigns. Alright guys, now we move on to our third match for Monday Night Raw. It is a tag team match between Enzo Amore and Big Cass against Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, also known as Jericho. Honestly, you know what? Before I make my predictions for this, I'm just going to say it took me a while to figure out why it was named Jericho, and then it dawned on me. Jericho has "co" in it, and a KO, I get it. But this match came about on the night where Enzo Amore and Sasha Banks, the women's champion, were insulting Charlotte. Jericho came out and said that was disrespectful and a whole bunch of other stuff. So there was a mixed tag match between the four competitors, and Jericho and Charlotte won, and Jericho said that someone had his back. It ended up being Kevin Owens. So for the last couple of weeks, both Enzo and Cass and Jericho and Owens have had a series of singles matches against each other, and it usually ends in either both times it has ended in disqualification. So we have this Sunday. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say Owens and Jericho, because between Owens and Jericho is not a 6-time world champion, a record-setting 9-time Intercontinental champion. He is a 5-time tag team champion, I believe, a former European champion, and he is the only superstar in history to ever defeat both The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the same night to become the very first ever undisputed champion. And Kevin Owens, he's a former NXT champion and a 2-time Intercontinental champion. So championship experience goes to Jericho and Owens. So that's who I'm going for. And speaking of tag teams, we have our second tag team match for Monday Night Raw. It is for the tag team titles, which is the second of 6 title matches we have on the card. It is the New Day defending the tag team titles against Gallows and Anderson. This whole thing started when the New Day was celebrating their 300 plus days as tag team champions, in which, believe it or not, at last year's SummerSlam, the New Day defeated the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, to become tag team champions. They were celebrating it with a fan in the ring, and Gallows and Anderson came in the ring and attacked the New Day, and gave Big E a disease called ring postitis. Kind of a weird disease. But, yeah, so they were trying to give Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods ring postitis, but that ended up backfiring. So yeah, honestly, I'm not so sure about this match, because I've heard some rumors over the last couple of days that Big E is supposed to actually join the New Day for SummerSlam to cheer on Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. If that's the case, then they could very may well have that 3-man advantage. But if not, then this match is going to Gallows and Anderson. I mean, Gallows and Anderson have won tag team titles all over the world. They've dominated Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and so many other wrestling promotions and companies that it's no wonder why they were the #1 tag team in the world. So yeah, so if Big E does not show up for SummerSlam, which I highly doubt, then this match is going to Gallows and Anderson. Alright guys, from there we move on to the second match for SmackDown Live for SummerSlam. It is a match that is 15 years in the making. It is a fantasy match that we saw at Money in the Bank back in June. It is the phenomenal AJ Styles going one-on-one with the face that runs the place, John Cena. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say John Cena because think about this. If you recall WrestleMania 28, The Rock versus John Cena, once in a lifetime. Many people thought that match would never happen. It did. The Rock may have beaten John Cena, but if you guys recall the following year, WrestleMania 29, from the New York, New Jersey area at MetLife Stadium, John Cena defeated The Rock. Because that John Cena lost to AJ Styles at Money in the Bank, I have no doubt that John Cena will beat AJ Styles. It's only a matter of whether or not the club will be there or not. AJ Styles said that there would be no club at Money in the Bank. There was club. He said that there will be no club at SummerSlam. That is complete BS. I know for a fact that the club will get involved, and well, AJ Styles might win. But I'm gonna go with John Cena on this one. Alright guys, we now move on to our third title match on the card. It is for the Intercontinental Championship, as The Miz will be defending the Intercontinental title against Apollo Crews. And I find it funny that The Miz calls Apollo Crews Apollo Creed. Yeah, that's something you don't want to do. Especially if you're a champion. If you're a champion, then you should definitely show your challengers respect. I find it funny that Miz did that Miz didn't show Apollo Crews respect. But anyway, this match pretty much began where there was a triple threat match to determine who would face The Miz this Sunday for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. It was Baron Corbin, Kalisto, and Apollo Crews. Kalisto costed Kalisto costed Baron Corbin the match, so Apollo Crews got the pinfall victory. And for the past week, The Miz has said that Apollo Crews will never beat The Miz, and how The Miz will stay Intercontinental Champion forever and all this. I'm gonna have to say Apollo Crews, because Apollo Crews, he could very may well be one of, if not the most impressive superstars that I have ever seen in the last 10 years that I've been watching WWE. So yeah, if Apollo Crews can... So if The Miz can make a mistake and Apollo Crews capitalizes, it's over. Alright guys, we now move on. We go back to Monday Night Raw, which this will be the fourth title match we have on the card. It is for the Women's Championship, as the Boss, Sasha Banks, will go one-on-one with Charlotte, with Dana Brooke banned from ringside. Now here's the funny thing about Charlotte. As I said in my Extreme Rules predictions, which you guys can check out, and I said that there's no way Charlotte can win a match on her own. She has to have someone helping her out. So if I was Mick Foley, if I was the general manager, I probably would have said no outside interference whatsoever. That's what I would have done. But what happened this past Monday on Raw? Honestly, I'm a huge Sasha Banks fan. Huge fan of Sasha Banks. But I don't think Sasha can do it. Especially with what happened this past Monday on Raw with her legs. With her knees, sorry, with her knees. But if she does make it to SummerSlam 100%, Charlotte doesn't stand a chance. So I'm gonna put this at a stalemate. I mean, both of these women are good, you know, but I just don't think Charlotte can do it on her own. Alright guys, we now move on to SmackDown Live's main event, to the first of 3 main events we have on the card. This will be, the first main event is the 5th title match we have for SummerSlam. It is for the WWE World Championship, as Dean Ambrose will be defending the WWE World Championship against Dolph Ziggler. Now this whole thing started on SmackDown Live's very first show, where Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan picked 6 superstars to compete in a 6-pack challenge to determine who would face Dean Ambrose for the title this Sunday. You had John Cena, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, and Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews had won a Battle Royal earlier on in the show to get the opportunity to be a part of the 6-pack challenge. So the match ended with an attitude adjustment from John Cena to Baron Corbin and Bray Wyatt, which led into a phenomenal forearm by AJ Styles to John Cena, which led to a super kick to Styles from Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler got the pinfall victory. Over the last couple of weeks, both Ziggler and Ambrose has had heated words for each other. And so last night on SmackDown Live, Dolph Ziggler super kicked Dean Ambrose apart on Miz TV. And well, we're in for this Sunday. Honestly, this is another one of those matches that I cannot predict, because both of these superstars are good. They have championship experience. Dolph Ziggler is a 2-time world champion. He's won Money in the Bank. Former United States champion, Intercontinental champion, and former tag team champion. And Dean Ambrose is a former United States champion, Intercontinental champion, and now is also has won Money in the Bank, and is now the current WWE World Champion. So I'm putting this match at a stalemate. Alright guys, we now move on to Raw's main event for SummerSlam. It is for the WWE Universal Championship. Again, the title name makes no sense at all. But it is Seth Rollins going one-on-one with Finn Balor. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say Seth Rollins, because at last year's SummerSlam he defeated John Cena to not only retain the WWE World Championship at the time, but also win the United States Championship when Cena was the champion. All thanks to Jon Stewart, which, by the way, Jon Stewart will be the host of SummerSlam this Sunday. But who knows what Jon Stewart's got in store for this Sunday. I mean, now back to the match. Seth Rollins has won the WWE Championship, the United States Championship, the Tag Team Championship, Money in the Bank, and the NXT title. And Finn Balor, all he's won is the NXT title, but he does have experience. But I'm going to have to go with Seth Rollins on this one. Alright guys, now we move on to our main event for SmackDown. It is an interpromotional match between Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. This match is not only to determine who's the better man, but it's also a match to determine which brand is better. Now everybody has said this on Twitter. Will SummerSlam be turned into Suplex City, or will it be turned into Viperville? Honestly, I'm going to have to say Randy Orton, because Randy Orton, in title experience, he's a 12-time world champion, multiple-time tag team champion, former Intercontinental champion, Money in the Bank, 2009 Royal Rumble. He's done so much for WWE and his career that he could very may well be a Hall of Famer like his father, Cowboy Bob Orton. Here's the thing. JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, had mentioned on SmackDown Live last night that Randy Orton's grandfather headlined Madison Square Garden. His father, Cowboy Bob Orton, headlined the very first WrestleMania inside Madison Square Garden. So if that can happen, then Randy Orton can take Brock Lesnar to Viperville. Those are just my predictions. Alright guys, well that is it. That is it for this month's that's it for this prediction video. If you enjoyed this video, please post comment below, like and subscribe for more. And if you're a WWE fan, be sure to follow me on Twitter at WWE_minister for all the latest news, rumors, match card updates, and more. And if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Yu-Gi-Oh Player 96 for all of the latest WWE news. For all the latest future openings, set profiles, epic polls, Finder updates, news, and more. I'll put links in the description below so you can check them out. So you can check me out. On that, this is your boy Nick here, signing off.